Sale have now been in the Community Voice project for just a year, and Sale have decided to make some short video clips for a monitoring and evaluation process that we can look back upon and see what changes have been made. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Certainly. My name is Michael Ward. I'm a fellow director of Sale CIC, recently formed community interest company.
Looking back over the last year, what for you would be the most important event or meeting in the life of Sale and the Community Voice project?
It's just the thought of being part of a big, strong team, a big project more than anything. And we're all singing from the same hymn sheet, I suppose. We're all after one thing, just get a voice for our own minority group.
Has the team building been important?
Definitely, really definitely. We're not alone then on this subject of wanting to get a voice for individuals, especially those with a disability like ourselves.
Have you had any training?
I have, and I thoroughly enjoyed it and found it very, very useful, not only for my involvement with Sale and CIC, but also for my own personal issues that I deal with from day to day in my life.
Why do you think it is important that you have a voice with decision makers like the local council?
It's very, very important to be able to live an independent life. You need to be able to do whatever you want to do and whenever you want to do it. In the past, there's been too much of people talking about us without us, and now it should be more nothing about us without us. I strongly agree that we need to have a voice and we need to have the confidence, and that's what I hope to get through being involved in the Community Voices project and our Planning Together project.
My name is Kat Watkins, and I have been a member beneficiary of Sale for almost 2 years now. Probably the most significant moment for me whilst over the last year was participating in a course called Confidence and Assertiveness, which basically changed my life as it told me that I was allowed to be who I wanted to be, and gave me sort of permission to do that. So it enabled me to change my life for the better, and I got a small part-time job in the local leisure centre working on reception for 4 hours a week. And as I'm like the front of house personnel in the leisure centre, it has helped me interact with customers effectively, and I'm able to talk to them just as normally as possible, and it has helped me interact on a much grander scale. I think it is important to have a voice with them because they need to know what your views on their policies are. They also need to know how their policies are affecting you and how they need to make things better and what they can do to make a difference. However, I feel that they need to accept our voice more as influential. I don't feel that they acknowledge us enough, so they need to be more open to us as regular human beings. Hopefully over the next couple of years we will be able to change their opinion on how they interact with disabled members of their community.
My name is Yvonne Hercombe and I come from the Winchwen area, and I've been with Sale now for a couple of years. I particularly like all the events that are held for the public where you have a stand and you advertise Sale. so that people can come in, have a social aspect of it, they can pick up a leaflet, they can learn about sale. I find that it's gathering like-minded people together with the same aims and same goals, and I find those are very useful. I find rather than being a lone voice, it's best to have a lot of people together who know what they're talking about, people who've got professionals within the group who can attend meetings with the council, bring together all the issues that are brought to sale and then take them to the council. It's much better to have one person taking an idea or a question to the council that they can look at as a group, and they can see that there are a lot of people in the group and a lot of people that may not be able to attend the meetings but are there in the background, and you can then bring it back to the group, the answers that the council have given, and you can lobby or you can campaign, you can take it further, you can take it to the Welsh Assembly Government if the answers are not satisfactory from the council, which they aren't always satisfactory to the questions you've asked. So you can take it further, you can go to the Welsh Assembly, and there's always somebody else that you can ask.
My name is Tara, and I've been a member of SAIL since October 2014. For me, I think it was the iPhone training, me training you to use the iPhone.
The iPhone training?
Yeah, because I was able to teach you a skill, hopefully fairly quickly, and I could come and see you on a regular basis. So it meant that you had regular contact and you weren't forgetting the skills I was teaching you.
No.
Because we were doing things on a regular basis, we were revising things if you had a problem, etc. And I could see your progress, and you were getting more confident, and that helped me realise that I was doing the right thing and I was going in the right direction. And it made me feel as though I was contributing something. Because things won't change if we don't have a voice and no one speaks out. And no one will be made aware that there's something wrong. There's a lot of software that isn't necessarily as accessible as it should be for work purposes, and it should be. I think it's important to try and make companies aware, try and speak out and make companies aware that there's a problem, or otherwise people, they won't know there's an issue and they won't try to do anything to address it.
My name's Jean Williams. I've been a member of SAIL from the beginning.
Back over the last year, what for you would be the most significant meeting, moment, event, anything that's happened in the life of SAIL and the Community Voice Project?
Well, I think the Community Voice Project has been very useful because that's enabled us to get our name out there. And we've also got that excellent site. Accessible. It means that people know what we're about. Also, we've got an excellent logo that we have,
Yes.
which shows very clearly. And I have to say I'm quite chuffed about that one because my eldest granddaughter designed it.
That's right. Why do you think it very important to have a voice with our decision makers, like the local council?
Well, because it needs to have our voice to tell us what we need. I mean, you have to live it to know what access is what kind of access is necessary, what the services that they should be providing. I don't think they've given enough publicity for the direct payments, because not a lot of people have actually taken it up. And I think it has to be known how you actually find out about it, because there isn't enough publicity from social services, I don't think. And
Would you like
to be able to choose who does the caring and what kind of care you want, what you want people to do. It's your choice, and being able to choose what you do, when you do it, and who you have to help you is, to achieve what you want to achieve. And
my name is Lydia Kemani, and I was introduced to SAIL by Andrew, and I'm also with visual impairment.
Looking back over the last year, what for you would be the most significant event, meeting, happening, could be training that's happened in the SAIL Community Voice Project?
The first time I came to the SAIL meeting, I met people who are focusing on forwarding their voice to the people about their problems which are in the community. And that is important because most of the disabled people have got different needs which sometimes are not recognized in the community or sometimes are overlooked. So SAIL meeting was a good place to be and to hear people raising points about what should be done in the community.
And the second question, Lydia, why do you think it is important to have a voice with the decision makers, like the local council?
This is because for the SAIL people, different of them have got different disability needs, and those people who are making the decision, they don't have those problems. So the people in voice are the people who attend the voice meeting are the ones who knows their problem, and they are able to forward it to them and make them understand, because for them they don't know the problems SAIL people have.
My name's Carrie, and I've been a member of SAIL for a couple of years now, I think.
The first question would be, looking back over the last year, what for you would be the most significant event, meeting or happening in the life of SAIL and the Community Voice Project?
On one level, it's the very first meeting that I ever came to, because just being part of it, that was really, for me, that's really important. And then with the community voice, it's having the voice and so being together with other people. For me, the most important is being with other people who get what you're going on about. Because the majority of people don't understand what I'm going on about when I tell about my difficulties. That we do have a voice, and I love the training. I loved the mindfulness training. That was fantastic.
Do you think it's really important to have a voice or have a say with our decision makers, and why?
Because I don't think I've got one. Because my experience is that the abled decide what's good for me, and I don't have a choice. That's my experience.
So do you think it's about choice?
Yes, it's very much about choice. And what I would like for the end of this, that I don't have to battle, because I have, for the last 2 years, I've been battling for myself and for my disabled son to get choices, or just to get what I had before even. And I think why have I got to battle, whereas other people just go out and live and work and, you know.
So do you think, therefore, having more of a community voice or collective voice gives you some more power?
I hope it does. I don't think we have it yet. I hope we will. I feel empowered with the group. I haven't seen it. I want to see it more. You know, I think this is, for me, this is the beginning. We need it much, much more.
My name is Celia Saywell, and I'm a director of SAIL.
Over the last year in the Sale Community Voice project, what has been the most significant event or meeting?
I think I probably will be referring to something that is both personal and part of the community voice, because it's an issue that really concerns me. I am hard of hearing, I'm deaf, I wear 2 hearing aids, and the provision of hearing loops for meetings is always a difficulty for me. And I believe that we have made a big step forward in the recognition of people considering whether or not everyone can hear, and also finding out how we might move forward with this and how we could influence the provision in Swansea. And it's interesting that this has coincided with the fact that the council need to be seen to be doing co-producing activities. We thought it might be a good idea if we approached them just to see how they might improve the situation for groups such as ourselves, for even the councillors, for maybe even commercial purposes, but actually put this hearing loop provision onto a basis that they can be hired out. Now, everything to do with money, whether it's spending out or taking money in, is quite significant for the council at this time. And we could see that they were really sitting on a pot of gold, because they could actually hire this out at a small charge for voluntary groups, a full charge for a group that's got a grant, such as ourselves. And so we produced a sort of a business case, and we were fortunate to work with Jackie Whiteman with the Vale Centre, who's the manager up there, and she was able to get a meeting for us with the marketing officer. And we sat down and said, look, here's the plan. If you have a booking form, if you put out publicity, if you give groups training for people who need a loop, and it just seemed to make common sense. So we're waiting on a decision on this, but if this works out, if it happens, this is a huge, huge thing that the Community Voice project that SAIL's engaged in planning together is going to have a really big result. So we are a pan-disability group, I have to tell you, and so we are interested in all types of access requirements, so not just hearing, but this is really quite personal to me.
Why do you think it's important to have a voice with decision makers like the local council?
It's almost as if, why not? You know, you can't ever believe that it's happened, that there hasn't been a voice of the person. How could you possibly plan to do anything? You wouldn't plan to have a buffet without asking people what they prefer to eat. It seems to be common sense, and it's only when you really look at this in depth that you realise that it's nonsense that someone who isn't disabled makes a decision about what is the best thing for a disabled person. We're just talking now in the room down there about one of the council buildings, and it appears that there's less access there now than there used to be, and it's items like that that we want to bring attention to.